Mornings like this are hard to describe. Get this beautiful environment, get the atmosphere of this dense fog, rain, dew-covered grass that's just making the colors pop a little bit, and the early fall colors are coming in. We've got a fanny pack full of Portra 400, the Fuji GSW around my neck, and time at our disposal. So let's try to make the best of it and capture some images. So I just made my way down here to this little riverside, this marshy area. I followed these deer from the meadow, kind of quietly tucked in behind them as they made their way down this old beaten trail that's super overgrown. And by the time I got in there with them, I spooked them a little bit. But I found my way out to this beautiful marsh area. And it's absolutely gorgeous, teeming with life. Like I said, I saw deer, turkeys, you hear the birds and the crows going. There's fish going up all on this river. And there is a ton of creative possibilities out here. It's very marshy. It's very fall feeling, New England fall. So I'm going to try to capture some images while this fog is still in the air. But oddly enough, there is a spider web that has been built off of my my microphone. I think that warrants a photo. This is going to be kind of a weird inception thing, but I think it's worth gathering. Not that this is ever going to make its way into anything, and also focusing distance on this camera sucks. that's thick. Um, as I walk around the marsh, one thing that I always see, and I always say, is that even in the most remote places, most picturesque locations, you'll always find remnants of humans. And there's bottles, there's trash, old stuff too. That Powerade bottle that I just passed is like probably from like the mid 2000s. So it's probably been out here for quite some time. And obviously this river is going to rise and fall. We've had a pretty sizable drought for a good number of weeks here in Massachusetts. So when that happens, this water's starting to drop, and I'm sure because obviously where I'm standing is pretty wet, it's probably pretty marshy most of the time, and the water's probably a lot higher up, so the debris sinks down, becomes landlocked. Eventually the water will rise, and more trash will show up, and more trash will leave. But there's always going to be that human element to even the most remote and beautiful places on the planet. It's inevitable. And this meadow, this marsh, no different. So we're here at this junkyard where just last week I was out photographing around this area, and I met the owner of it, and he allowed me to come photograph back then last week, and now he's allowed me to come back now, take some photographs. We're adjacent to a highway, which you can probably hear, and there's a lot of old cars, tons of brush, stuff to photograph, but stark contrast from the quiet, serene meadow and marshy areas that we were in this morning. And I don't know, I like how they're playing off each other. Quiet, calm, contemplative, to absolute chaos. Let's find some images. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm having a hard time finding compositions because everything is so cluttered and clustered together, and I don't know. There's just like I mentioned, a lot of chaos, and I normally like photographing chaos, but in this scenario, it might just be a little too much.